Hey guys, it's Kaylee and Mommy here back with another video, and today we're gonna do a story time.
Yes, guys. Today we're gonna do a story time. I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Actually, this story is real, real. Natalia, I know you're gonna crack up when you hear this. However, at this point in time, I was living in the Bronx. Kaylee was about 1 or 2 years old, and one day, me and her in the house. We was in the room and she's there watching her cartoons. And it was like about in the afternoon, about after 1, 2. And I heard this sound because where I live, I was in one of the back apartments towards the woods. So I usually open the windows during the day to air the apartment out and stuff like that, get fresh air in. So me and Kaylee sitting there watching TV, and I'm hearing this rustling sound, and I'm like, "What is making that sound?" And then at first I kind of ignore it, but then I heard like the wind because I had guards in the window, and there was grills on the windows as well, and they were locked with locking keys. But there were the mesh, the window guards that keep mosquitoes and bugs and stuff out. I heard like somebody's trying to take those out. And I'm like, what is going on? So I was kind of scared to get up to go look. But at the end of the day, it's just me and Kaylee in the house. I'm the adult. I have to brave it up and go look. So I went out there. And when I went out there, it's kind of, the sound kind of stopped when I opened the door and I go out there, but I know that something is out there. So I went out there and I moved the curtains, the window curtains. And when I look inside, on the inside of the window, clinging in, two raccoons, one on top and one on the bottom. Two raccoons, and they just turn around and look at me like that. And they look like bandits. Let me tell you, when I saw that, I was frozen. I almost get a heart attack. I was frozen in the spot for a good couple of seconds before it hit me like, move your feet, run. And while I was standing there, I had some bags by the window with like stuff that couldn't fit Kaylee anymore, like summer stuff. And I see the bag moving around. I start to realize one of them is in the bag. So I Kaylee had came out behind me. As soon as I turned around, Kaylee ran in the room and slammed the door on me. She didn't lock it because she was a baby. I don't think she knew how to lock it, but she slammed the door right in my face. I was like, Kaylee, open the door. I opened the door. I went in there. Listen to me. That day was the worst day of my life. I didn't know who to call. I'm like, I don't know if I should call 911 because I don't know if 911 come out for stuff like this, if they consider this an emergency. So I called Natalia, my best friend. I called Natalia, and she better not laugh me telling the story because I'll tell the story about the goldfish in her. So anyway, so I called Natalia and I'm telling her what happened. The whole time I'm talking to this girl, she's laughing. She couldn't even get a sentence out. She kept saying, Mona, 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 because she can't talk. And I'm like, Natalia, help me. I'm on the line panicking. I'm crying. I'm going crazy. I'm like, these raccoons is going to kill me and my baby up in here. I'm not opening the door. Natalia was like, call pest control. I'm like, what's the number for pest control? She's there laughing, and then I'm getting frustrated with her. So I got mad. I hang up the phone on her. She's cracking up, dying. So I said, okay, fine. I'm going to call my next door neighbor, Diane, to see if Diane will know what to do. Like, she'll tell me what to do. I call Diane. Diane doing the same thing. They're going crazy, laughing at me. I'm on the phone crying. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm panicking. I'm going crazy up in this house. Then Natalia called my phone back and she was like, I'm gonna call pest control for you. I'm like, mm-mm. Natalia had anyway, before I get there, she called pest control and whatever. The cops came first. The cops they're telling me I need to get up to come out there and open the door. Me was not leaving my room because I had to go in the living room where they were to go open the door. You crazy. I was the cops out there. Now this make me mad. The cops outside laughing. This thing turned into the biggest joke you would ever find. I'm going crazy. I'm crying in there. I'm panicking. I'm so mad at them. At this point, I'm like everybody getting cursed out. I'm screaming in the phone. I'm crying. I'm cursing everybody out. All the cops getting cursed out. They out there laughing. They was like, if you don't open the door, then we're gonna have to take the door off. Go ahead, take the door off because I'm not opening the door. Natalia now, because she was on the phone with me two ways, and she's crying. She's not crying literally, but she's laughing and crying so hard. She said, "All right, fine. I'm gonna come over there because she had a spare key for me. I gave her a key." For emergency purposes. So she said, fine, I'm gonna come over there with the key. When she got there, every dying in the hallway with the cops crying, laughing, the cops in the hallway laughing. Natalia came. Natalia opened the door. These freaking cops come in, and before they come in, and they're laughing at me. The cop couldn't even stand up straight. One of them, and he kept apologizing because apparently the situation was so funny. Let me tell you something. It was not funny for me. From that day until today, you could, if anybody know me, they will tell you. If I see a raccoon, I'm taking the other side of the street. I'm not going nowhere near that raccoon. Listen, I hate them stuff look like bandits. And it's so funny when these people came and they finally get to go through my apartment. These little things, I don't know what to describe them, went in my fridge. They opened the refrigerator. I didn't even know they have hands. They opened the refrigerator, went in my refrigerator, took food out. They went in my cabinet. They left scratches all over the cabinets and stuff like that. When I tell you, it was it was the most terrifying thing I've ever been through. Even when they're telling me that the apartment is clear and they're not in there and everything is safe, I was not taking their word for it. I keep telling them, look again, look. The I remember the guy, the pest control guy, he was like, listen, ma'am, we look like 5 times already. I said, do me one more favor. Please, I'm begging you, look. He was like, oh my God, he looked again. I'm like, can you search my couch? He searched my couch. He said, there's nothing there. They left. Natalia sitting there the whole time. She just standing. She haven't even took a seat. She just standing there, tears running down her face, because the whole time she's standing there puffing up like a frog because she's trying to not laugh. And she's just the whole time the cops and everybody's there and tears running down her eyes because she's laughing so hard. She's like, Mona, this I've never seen anything like this before. I'm like, let me tell you something. You don't want to have this experience. When I tell you, I went out there and I see them, and it turned out it was like about 5 of them that came into my apartment. From that day, I never opened them windows again. No matter how stuffy the apartment is, no windows get open. I use fan. I open the front door. I leave it open for a few minutes. Those windows never been open again. Those things is like bandits. They took the window guard out and put it to the side and came in my apartment. And that's the story of why I am so terrified of raccoon. Those things look like bandits. Those things I want to have nothing to do with. They look scary. They're not cute. They're scary.
Yeah, cause there's this one time. Remember when we was going on to Thai somewhere, and we was on the sidewalk, and everybody was videoing something, and they was like, "What is it?" And we said it was a raccoon. She was
Oh yeah,
all the
I
way to the
remember.
crossing
That's when we
side.
went to Jalen's recital.
And
Yes.
there was a raccoon there. Everybody was taking pictures, and I was over there. I was like, "You're so cute," and he just wanted food. My mom was all the way wanted to just cross the street. She was right there. She was getting ready to cross the street. She was all the way on the other
And it
side.
was right at the stairs that I have to go up to get on the train. I was willing to walk to the next train station. They had to get him to move, but because I was not getting on the train.
That's how bad she does like raccoons.
We were supposed to go to a diner, and after that, my whole spirit changed. I want to go home. Listen, it's time for me to go. I want nothing to do with raccoons. When I tell you, nobody was no help to me. The cops was laughing. The cop was laughing so hard that he couldn't even stand up. And the whole time he's there, all he kept saying, "I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'm so sorry." That's all he kept saying. And all he's saying is, "I'm sorry." And he's still laughing, even though he's saying he's sorry. If I was dying, he would just stand there, watch me saying, "I'm sorry," and just watch me die. I'm not. I almost had a attack. Heart attack. I don't know if Natalia, she, of course she remember, because she always use it against me. Every time something happened, she go, "Kimona, one word, raccoon." And can you imagine? It's more understandable for somebody to be afraid of a raccoon than someone to be afraid of a goldfish. And I don't throw that in her face, but I will if she about this video and make no crazy comments. Well, I'll be coming back with a matter of fact, if you want to hear the story about my friend and the goldfish, comment down below. And we'll have the story for you up by tomorrow. If we get at least 100 views,
Cause I remember on our first like
if we get 100 views, I tell the story about the goldfish.
on our I think our second or third video. I think it was our second one. We have 80 views, so I think we can get to 100 views.
I don't know if this story is funny enough, but I don't find it funny. Everybody else think it is funny, and that's why they wanted me to do a story time about it. But for me, it wasn't funny. Maybe I'm not the best person to tell the story for it to be. I'm telling it from my point of view, and my point of view is not funny. My point of view was terrifying, terrifying, and I'm not a weak, hard person. I'm I'm I wouldn't consider myself the bravest, but
She's the toughest.
I'm not the toughest either. But things don't fear. I don't fear things that much. I don't get scared of little things like that so much. And once I do, and everybody kept telling me the only thing the useful the cop had to tell me was, "Oh, you was that close. You lucky he didn't take your face off because these things are vicious, and so close to them they attack." They probably look at me and be like, "She's more scared than we are." So, but anyway, if you like this story time, subscribe,
like, and comment down below what was your favorite part of the video, and comment down below what you'd like to see next time.
And remember, if I get 100 views for this, I'll tell the story about my friend and the goldfish. Yes, and trust me when I tell you, it's funny, because I have to get on the train and travel to her house. Yes, it's a very funny story. I know you like it. But anyway, it was nice being with you guys again. And remember, stay blessed.